Nestled at the foot of a vast mountain range lay a small, sleepy town. Surrounded by mist and clouds, it looked almost dreamlike at dawn. The people here were simple, hard-working, and shared one another's joys and sorrows. But water scarcity had always been the town's biggest problem. Most residents had to fetch water from distant springs or seasonal streams, spending hours just to fill a few containers. In this very town lived an elderly yet sprightly man named Baba Rasheed. In his youth, he had been one of the most respected farmers in the area, but as age took its toll, he became just an ordinary laborer. His only real possessions were an old donkey and 2 wooden barrels. With these, he transported water from the spring to people's homes and earned a modest living. One barrel was strong and flawless, the other was old and cracked, with a small hole on one side through which water slowly leaked during the journey. Children in the town often teased this old barrel, calling it the useless one. Baba Rasheed never paid attention to their jokes. Deep down, he knew even the cracked barrel had a story of its own. Every morning, he loaded both barrels onto the donkey and set off toward the spring. He would travel miles to fill them and bring the water back. The perfect barrel always reached home full, while the cracked one lost half its water along the way. This had been going on for years. One day, on their way back from the spring, the cracked barrel finally gathered the courage to speak. "Baba," it said softly, "please forgive me. I waste your hard work. Every day you travel so far, and half my water leaks out before we reach home. People laugh at me, and you suffer loss because of me." Baba Rasheed smiled kindly. "My dear," he said, "don't worry. Everything has its own wisdom. Tomorrow I will show you something, and you'll never see yourself the same way again." The following morning, as the first rays of sunlight touched the peaks, Baba Rasheed loaded the donkey again and set off for the spring. The mountains cast long shadows, birds sang, and a cool breeze swept through the valley. Halfway down the trail, Baba Rasheed said to the cracked barrel, "Today, I want you to look carefully at the side of the path." The cracked barrel looked down and saw something it had never truly noticed before. Along one side of the path, wild plants and small shrubs were growing. In some spots, tiny flowers had bloomed. Butterflies fluttered, and bees buzzed lazily over the blossoms. It was a vibrant, living tapestry. On the way back, it pondered silently, but as soon as they reached home and it realized once again that half its water had leaked, the feeling of failure returned. "Baba," it whispered sadly, "this scenery is beautiful, but I'm still failing you. I still can't bring you a full barrel of water." Baba Rasheed gently unloaded the donkey and set the barrels down. "Did you notice," he said softly, "that the flowers and greenery were only on your side of the path, not on the other barrel's side?" The cracked barrel blinked. "Yes, but why?" Baba Rasheed's smile deepened. "Because I've always known about your crack. Years ago, I loosened the soil on your side and scattered seeds there. Every day, without realizing it, you watered them. Now those seeds have grown into plants and flowers. Your leak has not only filled my home with fragrance, but given the town's children a place to play, provided nectar for the bees to make honey, and created nests for the birds. Your weakness turned this barren path into a little paradise." The cracked barrel's tears of shame turned into tears of joy. For the first time, it felt proud of itself. Word spread through the town about the path of flowers. Children began to pick the blossoms to make garlands. Women arranged them in vases at home. A local shopkeeper even started using the plants for herbal medicines. What had once been a dusty, dull road now became known as the flower path. People thanked Baba Rasheed for the idea and marveled at his foresight. He would simply smile and say, "It's not me, it's my cracked barrel." Time went on. The cracked barrel never again complained about its flaw. It knew its little leak was a blessing in disguise. One afternoon, Baba Rasheed gathered the town's children near the path and said, "Children, remember this. Every person in life carries some sort of crack. Some are poor, some sick, some weak. But if we understand our weakness and use it to benefit others, that weakness can become our greatest strength, just like this barrel's crack." The children clapped, and from that day on, nobody in the town mocked someone for their flaws. Years later, Baba Rasheed passed away. The townspeople decided to preserve the flower path. They built a small park there and placed a wooden sign at its entrance. It read, This path blooms with fragrance thanks to a cracked barrel. The sign still stands, reminding everyone who passes that instead of laughing at someone's weakness, we should look for the hidden good it might bring. Nobody in this world is perfect. Each of us carries cracks, scars, or shortcomings. But sometimes, the very things we view as weaknesses become sources of beauty, joy, and life for others. All it takes is a shift in perspective to see how our existence may already be pouring life into the world around us. Your flaws do not define your worth. They may be watering seeds you can't yet see. We learned from today's story that every crack carries a secret blessing. What you think is your weakness may be watering unseen seeds of beauty and hope around you. This story is a reminder to never underestimate your hidden impact.